Welcome back again. Today we'll be learning how to draft this basic
we'll be
skirt
taking
block.
our 1 inch mark from the top of the paper downward. This will serve as a guide where all our measurements will be taken from. We'll go ahead and divide our pattern paper in two because we are drafting the front and the back at the same time. So you divide the widest part of your body, which is the hip. You divide by 2 and add 1 inch. You mark that and rule from the top of the paper all the way downward. So now we have our back and the front pattern. The back is bigger because we have a zip line at the back. So we'll go ahead and mark our hip line. Our hip line, standard hip line is 9 inch from the top of the paper downward. And you mark the length of your skirt. Mine is about 20 inches. So here is it 9 inches and then the length of the skirt. Then we'll go ahead and mark our zip line. I'm using 1 inch for my zip line. From the other end of the paper, mark that and rule from top to bottom. Top to bottom. Okay, then that is the back pattern and the front pattern. Now we'll go ahead and insert our dart. The dart we are using is 3.5 inches. So we'll mark that, and the length of our dart is about 5 inches. So we'll go ahead and do the one for the front. We do 3.5 inches and then measure the length. For the front, we're using 6 inches for the length of our dart. And behind, we're using the same thing. For the back, you can actually make it longer. Depends on what you prefer. It's not a one size fits all thing. So you rule that straight down for the back and do the same for the front. So our dart intake that we're using for the skirt block is 1/2 inch. So we'll mark 1/2 inch on both sides of the dart line and do that for the front and also for the back. So we'll go ahead and connect our dart leg to the dart line all the way down for the front and the back. Okay, next we'll be imputing our measurements. For the front, I'm using 28 inches for my waist, but then remember the dart intake we took, which is 1/2 inch on both sides. That is 1 inch. We'll add that to our waist measurement. Hip I'm working with is 40. You take the hip measurement. Now for the back, we are going to do a little tightening at the back of the skirt. So we'll take 1/2 inch in from the zip line and then connect it downward. You can measure your dart line downward and connect it, or just connect it down to the hip line. Either way is going to work. So our measurement now will be taken from that new line, not from the zip line, from that new 1/2 inch that we took. So we'll go ahead and mark, and then don't forget your 1 inch for that intake. You do that and mark. Now you mark our hip measurement, which is 10 inches. That is our hip divided by 4. Our hip is 40 divided by 4 is 10. So I connected that from the waist to the hip. Do the same thing for the front. Okay, our skirt is taking shape. Now we'll go ahead and give our skirt shape. Now we can easily measure whatever we have on the hip, which is 10 inches, and bring it downward and take it straight. That way our skirt is still a skirt, but then it's flat and without shape. Now to give it shape, you subtract 2 from the hip. That is 10 minus 2 will give us 8. You bring that 8 downward on the knee line. You mark your 8 inches. Then you also mark whatever you have left after that 8 inches. You divide your answer by 2. You place one part of it on the zip line and the other part on the line dividing the two patterns. I hope this is clear. Then we'll go ahead and connect the points together. This way our skirt has shape at the knee area. It's not flat. We'll go ahead and impute our new zip line because of the shaping we've done at the knee. So we'll go ahead and redraw our 1 inch. The tightening we did at the waist also will affect our new zip line. So we'll go ahead and rule that out. So here is our new zip line. Our skirt is no longer flat at the back. So for the front pattern, we'll just go ahead and subtract 2 from our hip measurement. That is 10 minus 2, which is 8. Place that on the knee and then shape. Now we'll blend all the sharp points together. Blend all the sharp points at the hip and mark. Then we'll go ahead and insert our allowance. On the side, we'll be doing 1 inch, and at the top, this waist will be doing 1/2 inch. So we'll go ahead and mark that out. So we'll be cutting that part out, the part I'm marking X. We'll cut that part out, and our back is no longer flat. Now we have space at the back to accommodate the bum. So now our basic skirt is ready. Thank you for watching. Bye.